World News Update, October 8th, 2025. What's up, news watchers? Welcome back to the channel. It's Wednesday, October 8th, 2025, and wow, do we have a packed news day for you. From a dramatic helicopter crash on a California freeway to a major upset in Monday Night Football, we're covering the 8 biggest stories making headlines around the world right now. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into what everyone's talking about today. And hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Story 1, California helicopter crash, 020 to 105. All right, let's start with some breaking news from California that had everyone holding their breath this morning. A medical helicopter went down on a busy California freeway. Yes, you heard that right, a freeway. The aircraft, which was a medical transport helicopter, crash-landed right on the highway, causing absolute chaos for commuters and emergency responders. Now, here's the good news in all of this. The crew members survived the crash and were immediately taken to area hospitals for treatment. The company operating the helicopter has confirmed the incident, and authorities are investigating what caused the emergency landing. Can you imagine being in traffic and seeing a helicopter coming down? Absolutely terrifying. We're keeping the crew in our thoughts and hoping for full recoveries. We'll bring you updates on this story as more information becomes available. Story 2, Hamas statement on October 7th anniversary. Now, shifting to the Middle East, and this is a heavy one, folks. Today marks 2 years since the October 7th attacks, and Hamas has released a deeply disturbing statement celebrating what they're calling a glorious day. According to reports from the Jerusalem Post, the terror organization shared an AI-generated video featuring Yahya Sinwar, along with footage from the actual terror attack. It's a chilling reminder of the ongoing tensions in the region and the complex emotions surrounding this anniversary. This statement comes at a particularly sensitive time, as peace talks are actually underway, which leads us perfectly into our next story. But the fact that Hamas is choosing to celebrate rather than seek reconciliation shows just how deep the divisions run and how challenging the path to peace really is. It's honestly heartbreaking to see, especially when you think about all the lives lost and families still suffering 2 years later. Story 3, Gaza Peace Talks Update, 155 to 45. But speaking of those peace talks, there is a glimmer of hope happening right now. Negotiators from both Israel and Hamas are heading to Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt to start indirect talks about potentially ending the Israel-Gaza war. Now, the BBC is reporting that there are several key sticking points that negotiators will have to work through. We're talking about extremely complex issues: ceasefire terms, humanitarian aid access, prisoner exchanges, and long-term security arrangements. These aren't simple conversations, folks. The fact that both sides are even willing to sit down, albeit indirectly, is significant. Egypt has historically played a crucial role as a mediator in Middle Eastern conflicts, so Sharm el-Sheikh is a strategic choice for these discussions. Nobody's expecting miracles overnight, but after 2 years of conflict and countless lives lost, any movement toward peace is worth paying attention to. We'll be watching this closely and keeping you updated as negotiations progress. Let's hope cooler heads prevail and real progress can be made. Story 4, Government Shutdown Impacts Travel, Toverty. All right, back to the United States, and if you've been trying to travel this week, you've probably already experienced this next story firsthand. The government shutdown is now causing major headaches for air travelers across the country. Here's what's happening. Air traffic controllers, who by the way are considered essential employees and have to work without pay during shutdowns, started calling out sick on Monday. And honestly, can you blame them? Working without a paycheck would make anyone reconsider showing up. CNN is reporting that the impact has been severe. We're talking about at least one control tower being completely closed and major airports across the country experiencing significant delays. This affects everyone: business travelers, families on vacation, people trying to get home. This is one of those situations where political gridlock in Washington has real, immediate consequences for everyday Americans. If you're planning to fly in the coming days, Definitely check your flight status before heading to the airport, add extra time to your travel plans, and maybe pack some patience in your carry-on. This situation probably isn't going to resolve itself overnight. Story 5 and 6. Jaguars Upset Chiefs, 340 to 45. Okay, sports fans, let's lighten the mood a bit with one of the wildest finishes you'll see all season. Monday Night Football gave us an absolute thriller as the Jacksonville Jaguars pulled off a stunning upset against the Kansas City Chiefs, 31 to 28. Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars quarterback, had a moment that's going to be on highlight reels for years. Picture this. 23 seconds left on the clock. Lawrence scrambles, trips, gets back up, and somehow manages to dive into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown. It was absolutely bonkers. This win snapped an 8-game losing streak for the Jaguars against the Chiefs. 8 games, people. And Travis Hunter, who just joined the Jaguars, made a huge catch that really jump-started their comeback. His first big play with the team couldn't have come at a better time. For Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, this has got to sting. They're used to pulling out these close wins, but Lawrence and the Jaguars just refused to quit. It's exactly why we love football. On any given Monday, anything can happen. If you haven't seen the highlights yet, go check them out. That scramble by Lawrence is pure chaos and pure magic all at once. Story 7. Phillies on the brink. Switching over to baseball, and Phillies fans, you might want to look away for this one. Philadelphia is on the brink of elimination in the NLDS against the Dodgers, and things are looking pretty rough. Bryce Harper, the face of the franchise, is basically sending out an SOS. ESPN reports that he's calling for the team to flip the script, which is putting it mildly. The bulk of Philadelphia's high-priced roster, and we're talking about some of the most expensive contracts in baseball, has been, and I quote, an absolute flop through the first 2 games of the series. The Phillies are 1 loss away from elimination, and they're heading back to LA, where the pressure is only going to intensify. This team was built to win championships now, with massive investments in superstar talent. So anything less than a deep playoff run is considered a disappointment. Can they flip that script like Harper wants? They've got the talent, but they need to find it fast. Game 3 is going to be must-watch television. Either we'll see an epic comeback start, or the Phillies' season will come to a disappointing end. Story 8. Jennifer Lopez family moment, 5:30:16. And finally, let's end on something a little lighter and more heartwarming. Jennifer Lopez had an adorable family moment in New York City that's giving us all the feels. J.Lo attended a screening of Kiss of the Spider-Woman in the Big Apple, and she brought her 17-year-old twins along for the special night out. According to People magazine, it was a rare public appearance with her teenagers, and the photos are absolutely sweet. You know, with all the serious news we cover, it's nice to see these little reminders that even global superstars are just parents who want to spend quality time with their kids. The twins are 17 now. Can you believe it? Time absolutely flies. J.Lo has always tried to keep her children relatively private despite her massive fame, so when we do get these glimpses into her family life, it's pretty special. Plus, introducing your kids to your work and having them be part of these industry moments, that's pretty cool parenting right there. Close 6:45. And that's a wrap on today's top 8 stories, everyone. We covered a lot of ground today, from dramatic helicopter crashes and international peace talks to government shutdowns and sports upsets, with a little celebrity family time thrown in for good measure. What story caught your attention the most? Drop a comment below and let's get a conversation going. Are you optimistic about those Gaza Peace Talks? Did you catch that incredible Jaguars Chiefs game? Let me know. If you enjoyed this rundown, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our daily news updates. I'll be back tomorrow with more stories from around the world. Until then, stay informed, stay curious, and stay awesome. Peace out. 6:45 to 7. Visual, subscribe button animation, suggested videos, social media handles, Twitter read time, 6:45 to 7 minute. Production notes. Include relevant news footage and images for each story. Add lower third graphics with story titles, background music, subtle non-intrusive news bed. Thumbnail suggestion, split screen of helicopter crash plus football action, Middle East peace talks imagery.